In the electrifying world of Netflix's flagship sci-fi horror series, Stranger Things, the fate of one of its most iconic characters has left fans on the edge of their seats. Jim Hopper, the grizzled, no-nonsense police chief turned reluctant hero, has been a cornerstone of the show since its inception. Portrayed with rugged intensity by David Harbour, Hopper's journey from a cynical widower to a fierce protector of the Hawkins crew has captivated audiences worldwide. As the series hurtles toward its climactic conclusion in Season 5, Volume 1, the burning question on every viewer's mind is, does Hopper finally meet his end? The answer, as revealed in this pivotal installment, is a resounding no, at least not yet. But the path to his survival is fraught with peril, sacrifice, and the kind of emotional gut punch that the Duffer Brothers have mastered over the years. To understand the significance of Hopper's survival, one must delve into the rich tapestry of Stranger Things' narrative evolution. Launched in 2016 by siblings Matt and Ross Duffer, the show masterfully blends nostalgic 1980s pop culture with supernatural terror, drawing inspiration from the likes of Steven Spielberg, Stephen King, and John Carpenter. Set against the backdrop of Hawkins, Indiana, a seemingly idyllic small town hiding dark secrets, the series follows a tight-knit group of friends as they confront otherworldly threats emanating from the Upside Down, a nightmarish parallel dimension teeming with grotesque creatures and psychic horrors. 11, the telekinetic girl at the heart of the story, has been Hopper's adopted daughter figure, forging an unbreakable bond that transcends the chaos around them. Season 5 picks up in the wake of the cataclysmic events of Season 4, where the Upside Down's influence begins to bleed irreversibly into the real world. Hawkins is fracturing literally and figuratively, with rifts tearing open the fabric of reality. The stakes have never been higher, and the ensemble cast, including Millie Bobby Brown as 11, Finn Wolfhard as Mike, and Noah Schnapp as Will, faces their most existential crisis yet. Vecna, the malevolent force behind much of the series' overarching villainy, looms larger than ever, pulling strings from the shadows of his Demobat-infested lair. Into this maelstrom steps Hopper, who has undergone a profound transformation since his presumed death in the Season 3 finale, where he vanished in a fiery explosion tied to the Russian plotline. Fans will recall the heart-wrenching cliffhanger, Hopper's sacrifice to close the gate, only for a post-credits tease to reveal him imprisoned in a Soviet gulag. Season 4 brought him back, battered but unbowed, escaping across continents to reunite with 11. Now, in Volume 1 of Season 5, the narrative doubles down on his paternal instincts. As the group uncovers a sinister government experiment gone awry, echoing the MKUltra-inspired origins of 11's powers, Hopper finds himself at the epicenter of a desperate bid to sever the Upside Down's hold. The plot thickens when intelligence suggests a high-value prisoner in the bowels of a fortified facility run by the enigmatic Dr. K, a shadowy scientist whose experiments blur the line between science and sorcery. Believing this captive to be Vecna himself, the team mounts a high-stakes infiltration. Hopper, ever the tactician with his military-honed instincts from his Vietnam-era backstory, volunteers for the most dangerous role, drawing fire while 11 breaches the psychic barriers. In a sequence that pulses with tension, Hopper charges into the fray, his shotgun blazing against a horde of demo dogs, those snarling, flower-faced beasts that have haunted nightmares since Season 2. The air crackles with 11's telekinetic fury as she hurls debris and enemies alike, but the real drama unfolds in Hopper's mind. Flashbacks intercut the action, revealing tender moments with 11, teaching her to ride a bike, sharing quiet dinners in their cabin hideout, and vowing to protect her from the world's cruelties. The moment of apparent doom arrives as Hopper corners the prisoner in Dr. K's fortified cell. Bound and hooded, the figure seems to emanate an aura of pure malevolence, whispering taunts that echo Vecna's signature curse-laden monologues. Hopper, steeling himself for the kill shot, prepares to end the threat once and for all. It's a sacrificial play, his life for the town's survival, a callback to his Season 3 heroics. But as the hood is ripped away, the revelation hits like a thunderbolt. It's not Vecna. It's Callie, 11's long-lost sister from Season 2, the street-hardened psychic known as 8. Presumed dead or vanished after her brief, turbulent appearance, Callie's return injects a whirlwind of complexity into the story. Her eyes, wild with defiance, lock onto Hopper's, and in that instant, the dynamic shifts from executioner to ally. What follows is a cascade of revelations that reshape the season's trajectory. Callie, subjected to Dr. K's twisted enhancements, has been weaponized against her own kind, her illusion-casting abilities amplified to sow discord among the Hawkins survivors. The sisters' reunion is electric, 11's wide-eyed shock giving way to a tearful embrace, their powers sinking in a burst of unintended destruction that levels part of the facility. Hopper, spared from his self-imposed fate, watches in awe as the two women dismantle Dr. K's operation from the inside. The doctor, a cold intellectual with a god complex, meets her end in a poetic twist. Crushed by her own experimental machinery, her screams drowned out by the hum of failing containment fields. This survival isn't mere plot convenience. It's a deliberate narrative choice that underscores themes of redemption and found family central to Stranger Things. Hopper's arc has always been about reclaiming purpose after personal tragedy, the loss of his daughter Sarah to cancer, a wound that parallels Eleven's vulnerability. By pulling him back from the brink, the Duffers affirm that heroes aren't defined by their deaths but by their enduring will to fight. Yet, the relief is tempered by foreboding. As Volume 1 closes, subtle hints suggest Vecna's influence lingers, perhaps even manipulating events to draw Hopper into a larger trap. The final shot lingers on Hopper's weathered face, a mix of gratitude and grim resolve, as he shares a quiet moment with Eleven under a blood-red sky pierced by upside-down vines. The fanbase's reaction has been a maelstrom of emotions. Social media buzzed with theories pre-release, from elaborate death scenes involving the Mind Flayer to redemptions where Hopper seals the gate at ultimate cost. Post-episode discussions dissected every frame, praising Hopper's nuanced performance. His gravelly voice cracking with unspoken fears, his physicality conveying the toll of endless battles. Critics have lauded Volume 1 for recapturing the show's early intimacy amid blockbuster spectacle, with Hopper's thread serving as an emotional anchor. Looking ahead, Volume 2, slated for a Christmas Day unveiling, promises even greater escalations. With Callie's integration into the core group, alliances will fracture and reform. Will Hopper's brush with death forge him into an even fiercer guardian, or will it expose vulnerabilities Vecna exploits? The Upside Down's encroachment accelerates,